Deanne was asking me about this. I was reading about crazy wisdom, and out of this book talks about it. Because this guy Trungpa was considered. I didn't think he was so crazy. I met him once, and I went and heard him speak with a lot of people another time. One on one, I didn't think he was particularly, but for most people, this is back in '74ish. But anyway, it says in this thing, for ordinary people, it sometimes appears insane, the classic idea of the crazy wisdom guru, rabbi, person. Expressing itself, crazy wisdom, according to the situation without concern for conventions or politeness. You know, social proprieties. The kind of Jesus was like that. I never met Jesus in the flesh. You know, maybe you don't even. Maybe you meet these people that are called Buddhas and saints, and you don't even know you met them in your dreams. Or who cares? You got to walk that lonesome valley, man. Pick up your you know, you got to be a lawyer. It's got to be a lawyer, man. Blame it on Pontius Pilate. He wanted to wash his hands of that whole Watergate. He didn't have anything against Jesus, but they would say probably, well, we'll tell Rome that you harbor revolutionaries. I'm just being, you know. So Pilate just didn't want to get mad. I don't blame him. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't even be governor. You know, and Trungpa was past being a Buddhist. He was a Tibetan man that had to get out of there because of the Chinese came in and annexed Tibet, like if they annexed Dewey Beach, Rehoboth, and he got out. You know, we annexed Arizona and New Mexico. Come on, I'm not saying somebody's. What's the real deal here? What's a slave? If you're a lawyer or a school teacher, a United States Marine or Army guy, and you hate it, you don't want to be there, but you're drafted, it's a slave. You know, it doesn't matter about it. If you feel like you're oppressed, that's how I'm using the word lexicon. What do words mean? I'm a high school dropout. But language is really. I have this lawyer friend that he's retired, and I run stuff by him, and he doesn't flinch because he was in the trenches. Lawyers, you know, they're like officers of the court, but people react. I'm not talking about the word F word fuck. I'm not using it as a verb. You're not even using it as a profane word about sexual intercourse. But we still have that in our society, man. People react to language. I can remember as a kid, a Marxist. You mean communist? I'm not a Republican or Democrat. Now it's not a big deal. It's become academically, you know. Trungpa got out of there because the Chinese came in with their industrial way of life, and they didn't want these Tibetan lamas running around because Buddhism wasn't talking about setting up a materialistic culture, you know, that's like buyers and sellers in the marketplace. Jesus talked about that. And they know that, and they want rid of people that are running around like St. Francis of Assisi. Or if my friend Paul over there was too much of a beatnik. Or a hippie. Nothing personal, especially if he was charismatic and they thought he was. Even before the Arabs, now the Arabs are a lot of camouflage. I'm not talking, I hate violence, but life is violence, man. You know, it just is. Earthquakes, tidal waves, what happened in New Orleans, and then what happened in 9/11, human war.
Some impermanence.
Yeah, impermanence. I'm sorry, tidal waves, violent. And a lot of Buddhists, Boomer Buddhism and white bread yoga, they say non-aggression. Yes, it's real nice if you make $100 grand a year and you got a driver and or $1 million a year, and you know what's aggression? It's real nice if you know you're well scrubbed, economically person. I got that from one of your people that wrote in. Yes. Oh, I just have my gardener go weed my garden. You see, here's my plastic car. You can go down and get me a pizza. If you have to go dumpster dive, like I have had, you would be a tramp. St. Francis was a tramp, man. There weren't no Franciscans. The historical Buddha, Gautama was not a Buddhist. Jesus was not a Christian. It didn't exist in their time periods. Come on. I'm not trying to be, you know, for me. I only speak for myself. I don't speak for them. And, you know, we're all, like, part of this thing, man. I'm saying we're all the Buddha, man, in a sense.
About the hegemonic views of the family.
The hegemonic view of the family. The family, that was my platoon in Vietnam, man. And I'm not particular. I hate war. Or that could be your submarine crew. Or it could be your friends. Or an AA group. Alcoholics Anonymous. God, that's a loaded. Anyway, excuse me here. But minefields and language. And you know, what do you mean by the family? It's oppressive to me. The one on TV. You know, God bless Ozzie Nelson. I was a fan of Ricky Nelson when I was a kid. The whole Leave It to Beaver and all. I don't want to live that way. Because I have to make a lot of money, and I'd have to mow the lawn every Saturday. I'd rather go out to the pumpkin chuckers, even if I can't drink and drug anymore. You know, because I got to be abstinent, because I am a recovering drunk. And I used to like to get messed up. That's what addiction is. It can get very dogmatic. All these, well, I want patience. I want to tell you, yeah, the boil's on your ass, you got to sit on it. You know, that's just the way it is.
All right.
Or you can suck it up, soldiers, suck it up, Marine. But Lancet, whatever. But it's real easy to say, you know, well, motherhood, my abstraction of motherhood. No, I was a squad leader once. I made corporal in Vietnam in the infantry. I hated it, but you didn't get to vote in there. They just, you're a corporal, now you're the squad leader. You know, motherhood's tough, man. 24/7. You don't really get Mother's Day off if you have little kids. Come on, do the math. Some women like it. Old Mother Hubbard, she lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She might have. Some Mother Hubbard. I wouldn't want to be that way, but I'd run away, man. I'd be emotionally unavailable because I wouldn't want to be abusive. And if I just couldn't handle the heat in the kitchen of being Daddy Hubbard Scotty with so many children, and I was freaking out, I'd leave. You know, I wouldn't want to do that. But people don't get honest about, well, ideally, but where are you at? You know your own end, you know what I mean, Dean? And you know where you're really not at. And you truthfully say, boy, I feel kind of selfish, but I can't do that. I could be a janitor, but I wouldn't be governor. I'd run away. I wouldn't want to be like Ruth Ann Minner or Pontius Pilate. Blame it all on Ollie North. You know, scapegoatism. Oh, what's this shit? Oh, you now.
I want to see your book.
No.
The cover.
Oh, the cover's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know who that is. It's just about a young guy that's leaving it all to follow the Buddha, Jesus, St. Francis, whatever. The church is the whole universe, man. There ain't no church. It's a bunch of hegemonic, sectarian, all the religions. The Muslims are people of the book. Christianity, they're people, Jewish, Judeo-Christians, they're people of the book. They say the same thing about the Muslim religion. I'm not denigrating that, but they're people of the book. They sacralize the Bible, the Quran. It's okay to read. I read all the time, but it's not. You got to go out and live it, man. I don't always. I cop out. Who cares? I'm not running for public office. I don't. Got a lot of freedom to not have to live up to Captain America.